All right, what is going on? What's going on? My name is Ari, the Healing Empress, aka the Fly Goddess. All right, so when I saw it, I went to sleep early last night, but I just went outside and I ain't see nothing but beetles outside. All right, let's see, real quick. Let me look up something. Ain't nobody on TikTok right now. Let me look up the meaning of beetles real quick because I know it has everything to do with let's see, hard work and determination. All right, pushing through obstacles, rebirth and renewal. All right, yeah, a big period, a big change in your life. Um, Transformation, protection, persistence. They're all all signs of good luck. All right, so it's all signs of good luck. All right, so you got good luck coming your way. I mean, them bitches is every fucking where too. I'm like, damn. Every bug that could be, every insect, every bug that can be anything that has everything to do with abundance. I seen that shit just this morning. Just going to get coffee. All right, it's definitely abundance everywhere. All right, and then I got moving on. All right, you can be moving on from a situation, a place. God is transforming you. So it may be some movement involved. It may be some movement involved. Spirit is asking you to have more faith. All right, because something reliable is getting ready to happen. Spirit knows that you have been working very, very hard. There is justice coming here. There's justice coming here. All right, blocks. Child is here. All right, something is being blocked or something is trying to be blocked. All right, there's a new beginning. Or somebody is trying to block some sort of a new beginning, but there's justice that's getting ready to happen. Falsified documentations. All right, this somebody's concerned about something. Falsified documentations. Somebody's concerned about some falsified documentations. All right, there's a child here, or there's a new beginning. All right, why is this child here in concern? Betrayal, rock bottom. All right, so there's something going on behind the scenes that you don't see. Tell me, why is this concern and child here? Abandonment. All right, so somebody's abandoning some sort of situation. All right, money is here. Somebody's abandoning the situation for a more fruitful, or somebody could be finding out something about a child. That shit coming out and everybody read. Okay. Is that Binky? Hey, love. Girl. As you see, I got missing in action last night. I was so fucking asleep last night. I went to bed before 11 o'clock. Never heard of. Never happening ever in the history of me. I woke up. It had to be. I woke up. It was like 3 o'clock, almost 4. My fucking DM called me. He said, "What the fuck happened to you last night?" I said, "What you mean? What happened to me last night?" I went to sleep. I went to sleep, and I've never been to sleep that fucking early ever. I was asleep early, and I didn't feel good. I was sick yesterday, so I'm glad I feel better today. God literally had to force me to go to sleep. All right, justice house is here. All right, there's justice when it comes to a home situation. Again, everything is working out in your favor. You've been at it, girl, and still going, and still going. I'm going hard today too. I'm going hard today because I'm gonna be able to rest tomorrow. All right, emotional pain. I got so much going on right now. It's not even fucking funny. All right, and it's just me. You know what I'm saying? All right, intuition is here. Something about your intuition when it comes to some false documentation, or somebody is figuring something out when it comes to some false documentation. All right, secrets here, mystery, any inner wisdom. Somebody could be finding out something about a family. All right, somebody could be concerned, something about a family, a child, concern within a family about a new beginning or a child. All right, work, labor, and efforts is here. All right, ancestors, healing. Your ancestors is getting ready to heal a situation. All right, there's some sort of message coming in. This is a legal situation. All right, Spirit is asking you to have faith. All right, things may be looking confusing at this time. All right, but it's a lot of shit going on in the background. All right, I know we are wanting things now, but I'm telling you, no matter how bad we want things, expectations, God's timing is always gonna beat the time that you want things to happen, whether you want it or not. I had to learn that shit the hard way. All right, there's a relationship here in the North Node, so there's a relationship that's going further. There's a relationship that is going further. All right, Earth Angel. All right, so tell me about this car situation. Tell me about this car situation. Protection. Tell me about this car situation. In the distant future, so in the distant future, you'll be able to, it's a road on this car, so it's a clear open road. So apparently, in the distant future, your car situations will be together. All right, Earth Angel. Yeah, somebody could be doing some shit in the background, just wanting things to fail for you. But there's unexpected money here. Spirit just wants you to keep pushing through. All right, hold on. Okay, stand. A goofy in the chat. Don't spam talk to me. All right, let's see. Yeah, closing chapters. All right, coming out of a lack of. All right, you could be disappointed at how things are going right now, but this is the time that Spirit is asking you to use your faith. All right. I don't care what situation you got going on. Spirit is calling for you to have faith about everything. All right, you can't ask God for things and then be frustrated about it. All right, you have to tell God what it is that you need, and you have to move through life knowing that God is going to make it happen for you. So even if you can't do something that you need to do, you have to know that God has a bigger plan. All right, it's a reason why God is doing something. Because one thing about God, God ain't gonna have you without. All right, God ain't gonna have you without and not having. So if it's a reason that's something that's come to a cease, then it's something that God needs to get your attention and wants you to focus on. All right, because this is something that you're not seeing. Illusion. All right, what is it that's not being seen? What is it that's not being seen? Money, actual money. It has something to do with money. All right, it's something that you're not seeing. Or Spirit says it's something that you're not seeing, because it's almost like Spirit has always had you covered. When have God not have you covered is what I'm hearing message. When has God not had you covered? Even when you think that he did, he always came through. Is such and such missing me? No, she don't miss you. Because I know you ain't asking me no free question. All right, jealous and envious here. All right, you got a rich girl. Jealous and envious. Won't you ask me how much are the questions instead of just doing that, you know? Or you should speak before you open your mouth and ask me a question. All right, relationship is here. Something about your relationship is coming together. All right. Love spell. Somebody could have been doing love spell over a relationship as well. All right. This could have had things going haywire. All right. This could have had things going haywire. Let me see. What I'm thinking. I remember what you was telling me. Love spells. So this person could be doing love spells and popping up. All right. So this person could be doing love spells and popping up type energy. All right. Somebody's rushing in. It's like somebody rushes into you type energy. All right, yeah. Somebody rushes in for to you for some sort of new beginning here. Card fell on the floor was Ice Queen. All right, reliability, practicality. All right, something's getting ready to happen. Something's getting ready to be put to rest because something that you're manifesting is coming towards you. All right, so when it comes to you feeling like you don't have certain things, all right, well, you have to have faith. And I know you don't want to hear that, but it's like when that is the only thing that you're supposed to do, and that's the only thing that Spirit wants you to do. What I mean, you can't really override that. If Spirit say, "I don't want you to do this at this time," you can't say, "Well, I need to do this, so I'm going to do this." Spirit don't want to hear that shit. Spirit has you in a spot to where you can't move because there's unexpected money coming towards you. All right, unexpected money popped out. You got unexpected money coming towards you. So, and then it says hello. All right, so somebody's coming towards you. Do I know you? All right, hardship is here. All right, and manifestations is here. All right, so you're coming out of a state of just not believing. All right, Spirit is asking you to believe. You got new beginnings here, satisfaction. All right, something's coming to an end. All right, so all you got to do is believe. Jeezy is significant. All you got to do is believe. All right, Spirit is trying to step your faith up. All right, love offer. It's almost like it being tested at this time. Let's see. I'm gonna pull a few more cards. Tell me. Then I feel like listening to Lady London this morning for some reason. All right, and if anybody is wanting it on the spot reads are available at the time. All right, why not? Donation reads this morning. If anybody wants a read, donation reads are available. All right, donation reads are available for the next 30 minutes. All right, meaning you can send in whatever you would like. All right, and I will read for you if you are interested. All right, there's a tower here. There's a tower happening when it comes to your love life, and Spirit is just asking you to be present. All right, you got a blessing come in, and again, Spirit is asking you to be present. All right, loyalty, 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 loyalty. All right, then you got Mother here. Will I get my rainbow baby soon? No, you will not, because the fact that you come in here and you don't say hello or nothing, and you ask me a question, and I just said donations. No, why would Spirit give you anything? Exactly. Spirit ain't giving you shit because you ain't worthy. Because you rude as a motherfucker. You don't know how to move in a room full of bosses. Absolutely the fuck not. Donations over here. We don't do free shit over here, baby. If you want free shit, you're going to have to go to one of them yes or no's channels. This is not over here. Ain't shit free over here. Nothing is free over here but common sense. Alright? I can't stand a rude bitch. It's 5:23 in the morning. Alright, house is here. I mean, damn. Bitch, how did you sleep? I slept wonderful. How are you? The fuck? Alright. Mass. There's something being revealed. Alright? Something is being revealed. Heavy conversation. Alright? Something is getting ready to come out. Alright? There's a big blessing that's coming your way. So it's something that you don't need to worry about. You don't need to worry about nothing. Alright? There's unexpected money here. And there's love. And there's love. Don't be sorry. I apologize. You not a sorry motherfucker. Don't ever tell nobody you sorry. All right, courtship is here because you are not sorry. You just need to learn how to have some sort of etiquette when you go come into a room. I'm not them readers. Reconciliation is here. I mean, you should do that when you go in everybody's room. All right, to be honest. I don't care who room it is or what the fuck they got going on. All right, lessons and blessings. All right, it's safe to love. Niggas ain't got no home training. You can't apologize for that. All right, you're being guided somewhere. Unexpected money. I'm telling you, you don't have to worry about anything. All right, because on this journey that you are going, that spirit got you going on, baby, you are secure. All right, so get that doubt and and feeling like things is not going to work in your favor out, because spirit has everything already worked out for you. A lot of times we complain about things or we worry about things, but spirit has already worked it out. And baby, the way your cards fall all the time, God has already worked out your situation. All right, so there is no need to worry at all. God has you covered. You've already did the work. God is giving you a rest period. All right. A lot of times God gives us a rest period and we don't take it. All right, because we always feel like there's more to be done. All right, but nah, God says you've done the work. All right, and so when things seem to slow down, which was been coming out in the cards. All right, when things start to slow down, that means God wants you to get rest. All right, God wants you to lay the fuck down, and even when shit be due, you be like, how the fuck I'ma lay down? Because shit gonna be due. Because I'm telling you, miracles happen when you sleep. Bringing the abundance. They said that they would bring you a bag. All right, you are getting abundance. Things are moving in a fast pace now. All right, so things are getting ready to pick up. You're supposed to be resting. Get the sleep that you can, because I guess on the next part of your journey, you're gonna be real active. You're gonna wish you would have got that sleep. All right, doing something that you can't resist. Somebody doing something that they can't resist when it comes to you. Damn, I'm just dropping all my fucking cards. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Damn, somebody died. Maybe somebody died you don't know about. All right, somebody passed away. I've been hearing that shit for the longest. So somebody could have passed away and you don't know about it. They ain't gonna tell you. They ain't gonna tell you because it'll be too much like confirmation. All right, so you can hear through the grapevine that somebody's sick or somebody passed away. It could be a feminine energy. All right. It could be a feminine energy. Tell me who's gonna know my love. Look, as soon as I start talking about death, motherfuckers get the fuck up off this bitch, because they be the ones that be finna pass away. All right, they like, damn, how she know? How she know I got this internal illness? How the fuck she know I'm dying? All right, let's see. Because they ass on the rugs. Oh my God. Somebody OD. That's crazy. What's going on, Jan? All right, overdose is here. OD. All right, somebody's calling you to tell you to pack your shit. I'm coming. All right, so there's something exciting getting ready to happen. I don't know. Something's happening out of the blue. All right, something is happening out of the blue. Maybe somebody may be surprising you with something. Girl, it's royalty money here. Giving you what you deserve. Somebody is giving you what you deserve. All right, and it's good. All right, the South is significant. All right, somebody is watching you, studying you, watching you, could be significant. All right, what I say, internal fucking illness. Oh my God. Come on now. Tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Somebody on the rugs and got an internal illness. All right, I'm hearing cancer. I heard it's somebody who got cancer who be talking shit about your spirituality. All right, but they ass over there motherfucking looking for every herb there is in the motherfucking book to motherfucking to heal themselves. I don't be understanding y'all. You don't be having no face, no username, no nothing. Be having all of them followers and following. It's giving, you got a bunch of stalking ass motherfuckers following you and you following them. Y'all work together. It's a group of stalkers watching you. All right, Cricket Judge. It's a group of officials studying you. All right, you got crooked judge and study you. You got a crooked judge. You got crooked officials trying to study you, trying to see how they can pin your ass in shit, and they dying because you got royal money. Now these crooked judges, if they was smart, if they love their family, they'll stop doing what the fuck they doing. All right, because you getting what the fuck belongs to you regardless. Good shit is gonna happen to you, but you got city officials and crooked officials doing shit behind the scenes. Well, then I guess they have to meet their maker just like anybody else that come against your ass. All right, Texas is here. Tell me who? Look, splurge. It got everything to do with money. I'm telling you, all these cricket officials, white, black, I don't care what race they are, they all passing away. Every last one of them. Graveyard spells. People are into way more things than you know. All right, there's people doing shit because people livelihoods is on the line. Thank you, love. People livelihoods is on the line. Don't nobody give a fuck about no judge. Don't nobody give a fuck about no motherfucking attorney or none of that shit. They all have the same souls. They ain't better than you. They not even bigger than you. They're peons compared to you. The justice system don't have shit over you. That's why they can't get you. Thank you, love. That shit is for motherfucking peons and peasants. Bitches, well, let me shut the fuck up. Just know people finna die behind you. People finna die behind you. Brand new home. You finna have people die behind you to the fact that people are going to want to do shit for you. I done had so many karmics just give me shit. Just give me shit. I take it straight to the motherfucking Cash App, accept everything but Zelle. But they feel like that is writing their karma. I mean, it can write a little bit if you make it nice for me. But in actuality, God don't give a fuck about that shit. God will make it to bitch where you give and you still leave this motherfucker. God will make it so your enemy will sign everything that they have over to you before they pass away. A lot of that shit is happening for y'all. Voodoo. Woo. And that is the read. I'm going to go ahead and end it over here on YouTube, baby. I'm finna keep this shit going.